Russell, did yours... I think yours worked, yeah? Yeah, you've got it there. Okay. So starts the journey to the frozen world. Last week, we ended when the group had rescued Edward's father. His name is Griff.
Let's call him Griff.
Griff.
I like Griff.
It's so much better.
Although, when they transformed him back into a human from a dire rat, they discovered that his mind had been warped by living as a rat for so long, and possibly due to the magic as well. The group then went to the witch Lenora, which they met in Lamad's campaign, the Prince of Pain, who said that she could help him, but she said she'd only do so if Anna stayed with her to help form a coven, or if they went and retrieved someone from the city who was suitable for the position as well. So just trying to... Oh, there's Lenora. There's the witch. And so that's more... she also gave you... When the party asked how to find this person, she gave you a sort of cryptic response and said, look for the eye of the fish, listen for the ringing of the hammer, and feel the wind. And that was her response. So at this point, I imagine that the group wants to head back to the city.
I think Anna is actually going to try to negotiate, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
Absolutely.
So, as Lenora sort of like finishes up explaining how to find this person, Anna clenches her fists and approaches, and she says, no, Lenora, we're not going to offer someone else for whatever it is that you have in mind. This man had nothing to do with what happened to your daughter. He was collateral damage, and we're not even asking you to restore him to his shape. We already did that. We're only asking that you make amends for what you've done by restoring him.
To that she says, yeah, sure.
Well, that's pretty good.
22.
So she says, well then, you stay with me. I know that these humans are not guilty of the crimes that have happened to me, but what of the crimes that are performed against all of the other witches, and those who are not even witches?
So, because of those crimes, that you would extend that payment to me, then? I don't see how that's fair.
What pain am I causing you?
Anna sighs and says, I have responsibilities elsewhere, and I'm not going to go get some stranger for you to do whatever it is that you have in mind. You're going to restore Griff, and then we're going to leave.
She sort of narrows her eyes at you and says, and if I do not wish to restore Griff, what will you do?
Anna says, you're going to restore Griff, and casts suggestion on her.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so that will save. Just a moment. I don't have macros for her, so I just have to.
Surprised Gar hasn't smited evil yet.
He's
Russell must be sleeping.
I think Benzel did say she wasn't. Oh no, she is evil.
I think
she
said she was.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I think my interpretation of this character varies
It's
wildly.
from that's well. That's a
Maybe,
fail.
Well, that's-
but I mean, it's the
that's how
rule, I
multiple
guess.
PMs
I
work.
can't complain. It's the rule.
19.
Yeah.
Sick.
So she
Set up.
passes.
Oh, she does pass.
However, it does say a very reasonable suggestion causes the save to be made with a penalty, but I believe that that's at your discretion. She did say no already, so
Right.
I'm not upset if it causes
Yeah,
no
it's not a
penalty.
can you pass me the salt.
Now, okay, I'm going to.
Why would you waste the spell slot for this?
It's great, dude.
Sidebar.
She is going to. Thank you, Luke. Spellcraft your casting of the spell. Identify. I think that's too low. Identify as it's being cast. Now, suggestion. Remind me. It's overt.
Yeah,
it's
Like you can.
yeah, it
especially
only
if you
has-
fail.
Yeah. Yeah, just a vocal component.
I
Well,
would
it has,
think
it
only
has a
if you
material
fail
component,
you would really notice.
but- Okay.
That's negligible.
I mean, not that I care.
So she reacts poorly to that and says, "Shall I cast a spell on you, perhaps?" she says, as she sort of raises her hands and looks as if she's about to cast a spell.
No.
Would you like a curse? Perhaps to suffocate?
So Anna will look back at her defiantly and just sort of like shrug.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna wait. I'll be good.
I will be good as well.
She says, "These are my terms. I have made them. If you do not wish to fulfill them, that is your decision."
What is it that you want with this other girl?
For her to learn, for me to teach her. She has hidden powers that she does not know of, much like you.
Is there anything else that would satiate your evil desires?
I wish for you to place some totems within the city.
Oh, we ain't doing that. Oh, hell no.
Do you know what's going on in the city right now? This is
Why-
not a good time to be placing totems.
Why
in
would
it.
you do that again
Shrugs.
when the first time you did it as a revenge? What would the people in the city do to you?
They didn't do anything to me. They are people to do with as I wish.
Oh, jeez. It's like
Well,
I don't
I'm sure
recognize
it's
you
not
anymore,
your-
Lenora.
And
I think we should kill her.
this is pretty much what I remember.
Okay, fine.
I mean, Anna turns to Edward and shrugs.
Gar turns to them as well. There must
Look.
be an alternative to pandering to this woman.
Look, I I remembered her as being fairly reasonable. Guess I was wrong.
Look,
we'll
look,
have to
Les.
find it. Look,
Or
if you
what's
guys
your
want
name?
to find another
Edward.
way,
What's his
Moke-
name again?
Griff.
No, your name.
Oh, Edward.
Oh, that's your name. Edward, listen. She was the one who cursed your father initially. It seems she is smitten by the concept of vengeance, and no reason will pierce her ears. She only wants one thing, and that is the destruction of the civilized lands that would hunt her kind. She doesn't care who she punishes. She is not just.
Gorgon.
Don't see why you try and reason with her.
That's what I was saying. Well, I mean, I thought she was reasonable. Guess I was wrong, but I mean,
She
so look,
reasonable. She could have stopped this a long time ago. It is within her power to undo the curse from the beginning. Why did she even set foot? She
I
is
do
not
recall-
a nice person.
I do recall her saying that she couldn't, but I mean, anyways, we all know that your memory is kind of weird.
My memory is better than yours, and she totally said she could.
What's my name?
Brad?
Yeah.
For some reason,
point-
I keep forgetting your name. I've written it down several times.
Anyways, that's beside the point. I don't want to condemn another innocent person for my troubles. Then I would just be like her. Look, we'll just
Who's the innocent person? Oh, okay, I get it.
the girl. So
Yeah.
like, maybe somebody can just take care of him at the house while we're gone. I mean, it feels bad just leaving my dad here, but
I can try treating him with elixirs of amnesia. I don't know if it'll work. I've never used it before,
with
but
all due
maybe we can do some treatment with it.
Someone wanted to do a
with
heal
all due
check.
respect, anybody else should do it.
Sure.
Also,
That was
maybe
not very good.
look. I mean, look, Leslie. If you want to test your elixirs, there's always the baker. But you know, maybe you should.
I know it'll work. I know it will make him sick. I just don't know if it will fix him.
So, Anna, you believe that over time, with like the proper aid, he could regain, you know, a lot like his social skills and stuff. But basically, it's like trying to think of a circumstance.
Been sort of like traumatized, like
yeah,
you
basically.
read about those like feral kids who
Yeah.
were exposed to like bombing in World War II. Yeah.
So
Do I
Which-
think the
Haunted,
thing
perhaps?
is, like,
Well-
Anna has the power to influence memory, but it's very limited. Like, I can only modify like 5 minutes.
Right. So potentially, with the aid of your magic, it could expedite the process and definitely help.
mm,
But it wouldn't be just like, you know.
right, just like one
Oh,
casting.
Yeah, exactly. It
Totally.
would be a process.
Guys, do you think we should kill her? This witch, we can't leave her out here.
Yeah, Gorgon is not a fan of this witch.
Yeah, I mean,
in
and
favor.
Anna will
Totems
turn
are simply
to
to enter their dreams.
I mean,
Morgan
yeah, as
says-
soon as she started, like, threatening Abbott Shore.
Gorgon says she is
Yeah,
a
no, she's
front
done
to free
for.
will.
Lenora,
and Anna will turn to Lenora and say, this is your one opportunity to give us a reason why we should let you continue living out here.
So it is for you to make these decisions?
Oh, come on. You just wanted to put some fucking tokens around the city to curse them too. Like you can't just be like, "Oh, now I have the moral high ground." That's not how it works.
Gorgon quick
Even I
draws
know
and
that.
fires.
Oh, that is how it works.
Spent countless nights making sure justice is served in that city. Not gonna watch them all turn to rats.
This is my city.
If you restore Griff, I'm sure that we're willing to. We're not going to help you, but it gives
we will
us a reason.
negotiate your leave to a different part of this country.
Yeah, what is left for you here, Lenora? You just I don't know, man.
So I must help. Then I'm home?
That's not your home, but I mean, okay, whatever. I guess it's yours technically.
Well,
No. I mean, she's like, you're at her
Like-
age right now, right? Well,
I guess that's a miss.
said take part of the continent, so.
Well, do you have any last words? Witchy?
She says, yes, obscurus mistus, and she casts mist.
Oh, what?
He got kind of
So
choppy
you
there,
guys are
Benzel.
throwing down combat?
Oh, man,
I won't
damn it! I
watch
thought she was
this.
gonna help us.
No way, man.
it's
she's a
too
threat.
bad because Benzel had a good line too. Obscurus Mistis.
But did you not hear my comment? Like Gorgon was literally gonna fire on her.
Yeah, I heard you say you were gonna quick fire, but
Yeah,
Well, that's why we throw initiative to see what happens first.
yeah. Les is about to drink something.
Yeah, just a moment. I gotta copy and paste you guys. I do actually have a map here. I just didn't think it was gonna go like this.
I thought she was maybe going to
You
help us
didn't
till
think
Garth
that when the
rendered.
evil witch started threatening to turn Abbott Shore into rats, we were
Well, no,
gonna
you
fight
might have
her?
missed that, but she said
It was
she
just
did.
to visit their dreams.
Yeah.
Well,
but
yeah,
still,
I'm
that's-
sure.
Yeah, that's super sketch.
No, it's just to become Freddy Krueger. No bigs, right?
Gorgon is distasteful of enchantment magic because he thinks it interferes with free will.
Free will is for us to decide, Gorgon.
Apparently.
I'll tell you what your free will is.
Free will is
Does it involve stopping at Wendy's? Because if that's my free will, I'm okay with it.
Nobody probably cares, but I wonder, is anybody wondering what Les is about to drink?
Oh, by the way, I'm waiting before throwing D and Nish. I'm
I mean, Leslie drinks stuff
waiting
all the
for the
time, I'd
turnover.
imagine.
Yeah.
It's not like you have a tag hanging off your elixir that says new.
Yeah. Oh, Les, what are you taking? Oh, I'm just huffing paint.
That's true. I could totally just do things like that. No one would ever notice. Can I please? I was typing stuff. I said that Les wanted to sidestep around so that he had a clear, unobstructed cone towards Lenora. Can I do that with my token?
Lenora, even your house is completely different.
You know what I mean?
No, this is the side view.
Oh, of course.
Well, Matt, you got to get less testy when people use your stuff.
I
That's
know,
part of
I
joint
know,
DMing.
Test.
No. I'm not. I'm not gonna hold anything accountable for the map because I know like it's hard to get. I was just making a joke, but it's kind of like when the characters in a TV show are like, but this is not a TV show. This is real life. This is what I was going for. Anyways.
Gorgon.
I'm trying. It won't let me enter it.
Oh, okay. It's the other players. Come on, you other players.
I don't even have to fucking struggle
There we
with
go.
that. I just press a button. Character sheet.
Well, she goes last, apparently.
Hashtag get fucked. I mean, she might go before Anna, depending on what her agility modifier is.
No, I don't think her dex is. I think it's like pretty low.
You mean this old crone is not really nimble? Oh,
Plus
shit.
one.
So,
Gorgon, you
Gorgon
go
quick
first.
draws and fires, like I stated before.
Well,
20
which
plus 9.
howls out. Ah!
If I hit 15 touch, flat-footed.
Touch. Well, flat-footed for because you're sort of considering it a surprise because you guys were sort of threatening her. So
Yeah, Gorgon was going to surprise her with a quick draw and fire. Kind of like Western style.
yeah, it's a hit.
It's
Her
up to you. 15
AC,
hit.
yeah, her AC is super low. Well, I was gonna consider not flat-footed because
I'd
just
still beat
because
her
you
in a niche,
guys,
though, so I
yeah, you
get
still
my
beat
crit.
her. So yeah, you get the.
Uh, 19 damage.
Okay.
And 5, 10, 15. And I quick draw to a knife. Dagger, sorry. That's my turn.
Okay, Edward.
Also, I'm going to give her the entangling feature of the...
So that slows her down by half or something.
So I will cast inflict serious wounds, and I will move towards Lenora and say, "Your daughter was a kind person. She would be ashamed to see what you have become." And she tried to do good, and that's what I try to do. And I will unleash, if I can find the correct fucking tab. Inflict serious wounds, which is a touch attack. Oh shit, so I have to go to attack. Just gonna
Holy fuck. Just kidding.
do 19 versus touch.
Is a hit.
So she will take 3d8 plus 1.
God damn it. Why did you move in front of me, you son of a bitch? Oh, I guess I can just fight
It
this
is
step.
12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
You know, maybe I should overcharge these things because otherwise they don't do that much damage.
Edward, could you move here instead?
Sure.
Edward steps forward
It's kind of metagaming, but
and calls to the forces beyond. Purple smoke issues forth from his hand as he touches her, and she shrieks in pain. Nameless girl.
Actually, I think he skipped my
you
turn.
just skipped us.
Yeah, he doesn't get a turn.
Damn it!
There's also something to know about hampered. They can't 5-foot step.
Oh, okay.
So, Les, he's got this vial in his hand that he's already uncorked. He swishes it down, and
So if you do that, though, it's a standard action, right?
that's too bad. I should have done it beforehand. I guess I
Should've.
can't do anything.
So it's your turn.
That's my turn.
Les drinks a potion. Nameless girl.
I should have done it when I knew we were gonna fight.
Don't. So I don't really want to get in Les's way now. Can you do one move as a diagonal?
Well, you can. It just
Like a
is
5 foot.
supposed to count as more. I think a 5-foot step is okay, but anything other than
Right.
that, it's
I
you
also
should
think so. Yeah.
be counting it as.
They count it in an odd way, just for future reference. A diagonal movement is 1 space, and then the next movement that you make in any direction.
I
is
mean,
2
I just
spaces.
move.
Oh, okay.
I just move in a lateral and, I just move up and down and just don't do diagonals, and that way there's no issues.
Alrighty. So I'm going to double move and then 24 to move through her space.
Yep.
Then 21 to attack.
Is a hit.
So it does 23 damage.
So, Sveltna races forward and stabs the woman with her. I guess she slashes her with her chakrams, or are you using your greatsword?
My greatsword.
So she rushes forward with Camry's greatsword and cleaves the woman down the front, who sort of falls back onto the stairs and says, "Wait, don't kill me. I'll help you as long as you let me go."
Too late for negotiations.
Oh, God.
I'm
What
inclined.
about
to
whatever?
agree.
Too late. We're like, nope.
You shall be smitten, and not with love.
So basically, Gamry, as she pleads for her life,
You're right. Basically, Gamry.
a barrage of arrows flies forward and sinks into chest as she thumps backward and coughs.
Nobody
Blood
expects
shuddering as she dies.
Want me to re-roll that critical miss?
I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, she was near death. It's, not a big deal. So,
when they beg, I kind of feel
now
bad.
there's a crow that begins flying around and like swooping at you guys and cawing. Anna, you can hear it saying, "Murderers! Murderers! You killed her!"
It's just a random fucking crow.
Anna
Yeah. must be.
casts Slumber Hex on the crow.
Guard detects evil on the crow.
The crow flies through the air and falls and hits the ground.
So, I mean, Gar's also detecting, but Anna's gonna go scoop it up if possible.
Okay. I guess the crow registers as well, sort of. You scoop
Uh,
up the crow. You've got a crow, catatonic crow.
Maybe-
I'm gonna cast.
Maybe Les should use his spell on it.
What spell?
30-foot line of electricity?
No. I'm gonna try to get.
Gonna interrogate it.
I'm gonna try to get spells from it first.
Oh, she has a new familiar?
Silva's
I
gonna start
can't
running
have
through
to.
the house searching for like children or anything.
What was their old?
Les loots the body.
like children or anything.
It was a wolf with a golden mane, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Oh, it must have died of old age, and she got a new one.
Sure.
Probably what happened.
Gorgon goes over to the tombstone that says Fluffy.
Yeah, poor old Fluffy.
So, Smeltna, you go through the house and you don't find any sign of any prisoners or anything. Although the set of armor that looked like a scarecrow, it has some markings of a New Dawn member on them.
Hmm. Do New Dawn armor, does that have like person-specific markings, or does it just have like,
No, it's just like there's like a crest that's like, oh yeah,
Right.
that's from the New Dawn.
Like a Nazi armband.
Yeah, exactly.
So this may set a dangerous precedence. I'm not sure if you want to make an exception for plot information. So my Dream Thief ability allows me to look into the memories of creatures, and I can also look for specific information as though Speak with Dead I can cast on sleeping creatures. Basically, part of the reason I wanted to do this was because Roa can learn spells from another familiar within 24 hours after its witch dies. Is there a way that I could force the crow to teach me the spell that would help Griff? It's a somewhat dangerous precedent. I don't know if I like the idea of being able to learn spells this way. It's especially complicated because
it's not really. It's more of a plot spell, we'll call it, than an actual spell.
Right. That's the reason I brought it up.
I will allow you to attempt to force the crow. What means do you have of doing that?
So Dream Thief, which is I would try to. Well, you can read it right there. Class. Can alter the sleeping mind of any creature that is sleeping because of the slumber hex or spell she has cast. She can reshape one of the target's memories as if using modify memory. Alternatively, she may insert herself into the dreaming memories of the target, prompting the target's mind to show some specific information. The dreamer's subconscious may resist to deceive the blah 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 blah. It basically functions as Speak with Dead. A will save negates either effect. So I guess
Okay,
what
so
I would say is I would want it to give the information, and I mean, most minimum situation is I would use modify memory to, I mean, luckily because we just killed her, to make the crow think that it's gonna have to teach spells to Roa.
All right. I will
So it
do
gets
a
a will
will
save.
save. So if it passes, I'll allow it, but it won't be as effective as what the witch was going to be able to cast.
Okay.
What was
Well,
the?
It failed. DC
okay.
18.
So you go into the crow's memories and modify them, making it think that the witch was going to teach the spell to you.
Yes.
That's basically what you want to have happen.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually the crow does wake up, and it sort of perks up and squawks and looks around, and it sort of asks a few questions, like it's sort of a little bit confused as to why I was sleeping and that. But then it begins conversing with Roa, and over a period of time, it does indeed teach Roa, basically it's like a ritual.
Mhm.
Now, you when you sort of learn the spell from Roa, or when Roa communicates the aspects of the spell to you, it does seem like it's a bit out of your league. You're going to have to do some sort of spellcraft check. and you're not certain it will be as effective, of course.
Got it. Okay. And while they're sort of having that conversation when Anna sees Gar, like, yeah, aiming his bow and stuff, and Anna holds a hand up and says, "It's the familiar. It's not going to retain its consciousness for very long. It'll just become a regular animal once Lenora's magic runs its course."
Very well. Just seemed kind of witchy.
Les says, should we burn the cottage down?
Well, I appreciate it, Gar.
I mean,
Is the cottage magical?
No, but we did murder her.
Well, you could.
Feels like the thing to do.
If you want to find out, you'll have to do some checks or. cast
How
detect
far
magic.
away from the city is this cottage?
should we see
How
if
far
the
out is it?
I don't know. It's like a few. It's like it was a week to that village, wasn't it? Something like along those lines. So it's something like that. It's a moderate distance away. Why? What's up, Luke?
I'm thinking we can maybe use this as like a stash house, and we have people that we need to hide somewhere.
Well, I was thinking about
Good,
maybe
if
we
you want.
could work on it until we get a. We need a secret mansion, you know.
should it leave? Yeah.
One
That's what I
mansion
mean. Like we
isn't
need
enough.
somewhere that. Well, we need somewhere that like everyone doesn't know. is
Gorgon
ours.
says, "If I may speak, I've always wanted to own my own meadery. I think this would be the perfect place for it."
Wait a minute.
No, Gorgon, we're gonna
Because that totally hasn't been done to death.
Gorgon, we're gonna have a school. All right,
Oh God. I mean, at
we're
least
gonna
we
have
should go
school
look.
for innate magic users.
We should go look inside. Maybe there's like more answers on how to help my dad.
We're gonna call it Bogwarts. And
Leslie, I wish I could kill you.
I'm gonna be the professor of potions.
Anyways, back on track.
You want to try to kill me? Leslie shoots a 15-foot cone of flame into the sky.
Gorgon's pretty confident he could dodge it.
Okay, so you wanted to search around the house. Basically, you look around the house, and you find a lot of components that perhaps will be helpful for Anna. But as for finding anything else to help your dad, you don't really find much. You do find Anna, you do find these totems that she was talking about.
Does anyone else see them?
I'll say that you notice them first just because you know the connotations of which things and the others don't. So they sort of overlook them, whereas you kind of see them and you recognize their significance.
I'm gonna take them.
Okay.
We didn't
Yeah.
keep secrets from the party, Anna. Now Gorgon's
Yeah,
off
well.
to take a bowel movement.
I think this is like the first one ever.
We wake up in our mansion one day. What's that outside around the house? Oh shit!
Okay, so you guys make your way back to Abbott's Shore. Get rid of some of these maps.
Les says, sorry about your dad, Edward.
Oh, that's the thing. I never saw the picture because I was on my phone.
Oh yeah, that was the symposium.
That's all right.
I'm sure we'll
Well,
figure
and
it out.
I will explain. Like Anna says, it may be difficult, and I'll do what I can. But luckily, I was able to get some of the information from her. It's a rather powerful spell, but I'll do my best.
That's cool. I trust you. Maybe we should do it.
I can give him amnesia potions.
My lay on hands skill may offer some mercy to his condition. I'd like to try with your permission, Edward.
If everything else fails, I can put him down quickly. He won't.
So
I also,
Edward doesn't respond.
Les smiles and nods.
So
Someone's
you
doing dishes.
make your way back
Russell's
to
house.
Shore and to your house. And Anna begins casting the spell. It's this ritual, it happens over a period of days actually, and you have most of the components. It does require quite a bit of direction from Roa, but eventually you think that you've completed the proper glyphs and you have all of the, it's like really like eccentric, like witchy things that you have to accomplish. So yeah, it's a very complicated process, but eventually you do complete the ritual to the best of your ability, and I will get a spellcraft check.
All right, everybody. Are you ready for the nat 1?
Now, yeah, if
I'm
you
ready.
do really badly, there is just a chance that you could erase all of his memories.
Well, I mean, that's what Les was offering, so...
No, it was not. No, it was
No
not.
pressure.
Son of a bitch!
So,
That's not what I was offering at all.
Hello, I am Barnaby McGoogle.
So you
Wow.
enter his mind, and you can
What a twist.
see the memories there. And as you try to bring them to the forefront of his memory, they begin to sort of, something goes wrong, and they begin to shred and scatter. And in your mind, you can just see all of his memories dissipating, and you're filled with dread as when the ritual finishes, he's basically a blank slate, and he's like, he doesn't, yeah, he's not very...
Like, is he now like is he reduced to like an infancy stage where he like shits himself
So,
and
Anna,
like did
did-
you make him autistic?
He still
Right,
has
like,
like motor function and stuff, but like he doesn't seem to be able to speak.
So
Oh,
Anna,
he's
did,
nonverbal.
did you do it?
Yeah, he seems to have lost, like he doesn't recognize anything, like he doesn't know how to use like,
A fork.
yeah.
Anna,
But he's still like, he can still get around and do stuff, but yeah, he's...
If you want,
No,
Edward,
Anna.
I could look into
Anna,
a nice medical place he could live.
Holy shit! Can I try to role
Yeah.
play, please?
Let's get this RP.
I
going
never
if
get
you
to.
want.
So Anna, did you do it? Is he better now? Is the spell done?
So as Anna finishes and like Edward asks that, and sort of I imagine like her, you know, her senses sort of return, and Griff, I don't know, like just sort of like looks around confused.
Ed?
Anna like cries out in anger and frustration.
What,
Evil never leads
Anna, what's
to a happy ending.
what's going on?
I lost it,
What do you mean you lost it?
and she's gonna try to leave.
What did you lose? Can you try again? No, it's all right, Anna. You can just try again. It's fine. You can. I don't always get things the first time.
Gordon
So,
puts his hand
with,
on
like-
Edward's shoulder and says, "I believe the correct response is there. I am sorry for your loss.
No, what are you talking about, Gorgon? She's just
Here, chew on this leaf." Gordon
Les,
just-
says.
she
Les
can just
slips
try
out of the
again.
room.
She can just try again to restore his memories. It's right.
So with like tears in her eyes, Anna looks at Edward and then just leaves.
And I think that's the moment where Edward gets it. And
Swelna would follow Anna.
he says,
I think I'm gonna take a walk or something. Yeah, and I think he leaves as well.
Gorgon
Okay.
turns to... Wait, is there anyone left in the room? Gorgon turns to Gar and says, "Well, that went well."
I always believed that he should have entrusted his father to a proper healer.
Gorgon says, "I think he was foolish anyways, going after his family ties. He's not serving his race very well by getting caught up in old clan systems."
Yeah, we all leave.
No, it's
He's
just Gar.
just standing there in the room drooling. Okay. So, Edward, you are sort of distraught, and you leave
Don't
the
tell him how to
manse
feel.
to walk around the city and try to sort out your thoughts.
Yeah,
I-
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't even make it out to the city. Maybe he just goes like somewhere in the garden of like this mansion, kind of like where I put his token, and he just like I don't know. Like I don't know. I guess he tries to sort out his feelings. Like it's probably a mix of extreme sadness, confusion, and rage. Because like even like his like because his relationship with his dad was kind of complicated, but he felt that he owed this to him and his family, at least to prove that mages and magic wasn't entirely evil, and at least maybe he could fix his mistakes. And now that he knows that it's never going to happen, he probably feels extremely hopeless right now and angry at because he can't do anything.
I see.
Can Les go to Michael Ironsides?
Certainly.
Like if there's even if outside like there's pots or something, like something to smash to end his rage on, he would probably do something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's
Dig some holes.
Probably you could throw like, so Edward perhaps throws around some furniture in like a fit of rage. How's that sound? Pots. You could throw around some
Hey, if you touch my
cutlery.
pots, I'll fucking stab you.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not furniture, because I mean, I assume that you went outside, but I don't know, something like that. It's
Right, and there was going to be pots outside. So.
or whatever, maybe, yeah, or maybe he just walks through the city just looking
Stomp
like
some
fucking
plants.
grim. Like, yeah, maybe you know what, maybe just yeah.
So Edward basically he has a sort of a bit of a fit of to
If he throws
release.
a temper tantrum in the garden, Gorgon's gonna
No, it's not a
protest.
complete temper tantrum. Like, I assume, like, maybe he smashes something as he leaves, and then maybe he walks through the city just, like, with the, I don't know, just looking like...
Gorgon screams back, "Your emotions ruining my Sunday."
Yeah, anyways, yeah, so Edward, maybe Edward actually does leave. He needs to walk to... Yeah, to just sort through his despair, I guess. Yeah, that's the thing. There we go. I don't necessarily want that to take too much time, but I feel
With a
I feel
cloud
like
hanging over him, Edward makes his way through the city to try to alleviate his
there you go.
somber
That's gonna do it.
feelings. Les makes his way to Ironside's estate. You are let in by the doorman and are quickly shown to Michael, who is swamped with paperwork. He's looking over figures. As you enter the room, he doesn't look up for some time until he finally does notice you, and his countenance changed to one of happiness. And he says, "Ah, Leslie, to what do I owe the pleasure?" He sort of pushes a chair out for you to sit.
Les has kind of a serious look on his face, and he sits down, and he says, "I'm here because I need a favor."
He gives you sort of a ponderous look and says, "Yes, of course. What could I do for you, Leslie?"
It appears one of my companion's fathers has come sick, something that we sometimes see with older people. His memories are all gone. Is there anywhere that would care for him in this city?
Strange business, that. I suppose there is some places he could go, but...
I don't want him to go to a sanatorium, you understand.
Yes, of course, those are the places I was speaking of, and I was about to say they are not very pleasant places to send someone in need of care.
Surely there's somewhere better for those who can afford it?
Perhaps. I would suggest the best option would be to hire someone to look after him.
That's an interesting idea.
Perhaps Rosemary would be interested in such work.
Les's face lights up a little bit. He says that's a good idea. Do you think that's something she'd be prepared to do with, now that she has a child?
Oh, perhaps. She will be, of course, spending great amounts of time with her child, but I'm sure she's eager to get back to some sort of work.
Would you please mention it to her? And if she decides on a wage that she thinks is fair, you could always forward that information to us.
He nods and says, "Of course."
Les smiles and says, perhaps if there was room where we were living, she could live in with him, or we'll have to find somewhere else for him to go. I'm sorry, I haven't really thought any of this through. I just kind of found out and came to see you.
Michael nods and says, "Yes, if you have the room, she could potentially live there."
Les stands to leave. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. If you could please just run it by her.
Michael nods and says, Of course. If so, is that all, Leslie?
That's all for now. It's good to see you.
It is always a pleasure, Leslie. He extends a hand.
Which Les shakes, of course.
And then you unceremoniously leave his office, which he goes back to poring over the numbers.
Les heads back to the mansion, and that's all.
Okay.
There is one thing I would like to do before we go. And it's more in relation to, it's something Gorgon probably would have done earlier. I don't feel I need to roleplay it out because I know you want to get moving with stuff. But Gorgon would pay Nancy 100 gold to have the families evicted by the building he collapsed rehoused.
Well, the building.
Who cares?
You only collapsed the one building, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, that was it was a butcher place, I believe. Was it not, Matt? Or Beard?
He collapsed a tenement structure onto his slaughterhouse. It was the tenement structure that was more the issue, yeah.
Oh, okay. So Nancy looks rather surprised when you get of course, you're forced to wait some time before you're able to speak with her, and when you are, she is surprised and sort of hefts the pouch of gold and says, "Wow, rather generous. This wouldn't happen to have anything to do with the hobgoblin that was seen destroying the place."
Gorgon says, it's regrettable what had to be done, but in order to save more lives, I had to collapse that building. I stand by my decision, but I do wish to make amends to those people. Their living conditions weren't good to begin with. Maybe this will give them a better future.
She looks over the gold and says, "This is more than enough. Half would do. I'm sure that they'd be more than pleased with that amount."
Gorgon says, "I'm sure myself and my companions have caused quite a bit of damage and problems within the eastern quarters. I'm hoping to leave it in better condition than what we found it in. In addition to that, I do have somewhat of a selfish request attached, if you would be so kind. And that's to let them know I'm sorry and let them know the truth. The paper did not paint my decision in such a noble light, but believe me, with what I saw in that slaughterhouse growing out of it, I am quite confident I did the right thing."
She says, "Well, don't be too hard on yourself. More people, just because the papers say one thing doesn't mean that's the way it is. I've heard people asking around about different things. I know that some who witnessed what happened did indeed know that you were trying to help. Also, I heard others asking about casters that were attempting to waylay the creature that assaulted the ships."
Glad to hear that not everything in the paper is seen as fact. But I do get wary sometimes. People are often easily deceived.
She nods. That is so.
But then take the full amount. Have it as a gift. Continue the work that you do, Nancy, and I thank you for your time.
So, after finishing your conversation, Nancy assures you that she will distribute the money to the people who have been affected, and you return to the estate. Gar, you find yourself walking through the city, perhaps performing another prayer walk of arete, when you come across something that catches your attention. You see a sign that's well carved and decorated of a fish leaping out of water. It's
beautiful.
It's the sign for some type of restaurant or bar. But you notice that the eye is painted with vibrant color. And then you remember the words the witch spoke to you, describing the way to find the girl that she wanted. She described the fish's eye, the ringing hammer, and the wind. Now, as you're contemplating this, not far away, you can hear a carpenter working on a roof, hammering a nail.
The witchcraft is following me.
You know, that little girl could be an evil witch in the future. Might want to check it out.
So, do you go closer to this carpenter?
Yes. Sorry, I said I suppose I should be vigilant. Gar's murmuring to himself. Gar investigates the area.
So, rounding the corner to where the carpenter is working, you begin to look around and you see like a street peddler and some vagrants, and then you see a woman beating a rug with, those rug beaters.
Yeah.
And as you walk by, it's as if she's you get a sort of slight breeze from her, it's as if she's fanned you with the
Detect evil.
Rug beater. So you detect evil, and you don't detect any evil. But as you get close to the lady, she seems like a sort of a bit of a battle axe, and she kind of swishes it at you and tells you to get lost.
It's not very polite of you.
Now, as she does this, you sort of step back a little bit so that she's not, hitting you with it. And you peer down an alleyway, which you're surprised to see someone familiar. You only caught a brief glimpse of him. And if I could find the handout, you could really tell what I'm talking about. So you only briefly saw him as he was making his escape from the church. It is none other than the thief that you attempt to chase down earlier.
BRB.
Last, it's you.
Now he's a fair distance away, and you can see he's there standing with a young girl sitting on the ground, and they appear to be talking to some people from the Order of the New Dawn.
Gar stalks up to them a little bit.
Okay, do you wish to remain hidden or perhaps nonchalant?
I should not hide myself in the shadows. It is not my way. However, I will not reveal myself just yet. I'll eavesdrop from behind them for a few minutes, maybe. Possible.
So you overhear their discussion, and it seems that they've been, of course, the New Dawn have been trying to track down mages using the Dreamstone detectors.
Right.
And they seem to be convinced that one of them is a mage. The young boy is profusely telling them no, that they aren't. They're just sort of, street vagrants, but they seem determined to take them to one of their headquarters.
Gar knows well that nothing good will happen to whoever gets taken away to those headquarters. Does it look like
Now, you're not far away from your own estate, so you could potentially go back and get the party if you wish to. It is getting dark out.
This seems like it might be time sensitive. Gar wants to assess how close they are, how angry they are, or how close they are to sort of just taking her.
Well, they've been discussing for some time, and the boy has sort of retreated away from them a short distance. It does sound like they were going to, from the discussion, that they're going to have more of the mage hunters show up in case things get out of hand. The girl just sits there drawing symbols in the dirt.
How old is she? She's pretty young, right?
She's a young woman, perhaps in her teens.
Not much more than Anna's age.
Gar will, knowing that he could only threaten the party if he gets involved with these mage hunters, he chooses to keep his distance. But he's waiting for maybe an opportunity to interject if they. He thinks he's best off to maybe let them take the girl for now, and then see what the boy knows.
Okay. You wait for some time, and eventually you do see the more mage hunters show up, and they go to take the girl, and the young man draws a knife and attempts to attack them. At which point they sort of they quickly disarm him and basically subdue him. They kind of beat him down some and leave him there. Then they begin making off with the young girl.
Gar will come to the aid of the young Gred, or is he beaten to a pulp? Can I lay on hands him for effect?
Well, he's been beaten down, but he's not he's not catatonic or anything. He's just been, slugged him in the gut and,
Gar cures his subdual damage.
So after the mage hunters have exited the alleyway, you make your way over to Gred and heal him, although you don't actually know that that's his name. He winces for a moment, and then he realizes that he's not in pain anymore, and he looks up and says, How is it possible?
You need to trust me, young man. I'm here to help both you and your friend.
Man,
I'm an agent of good.
You missed the best chance at preaching.
I believe I can save your friend if you follow me.
Truly?
At
You can help
first,
Tia?
I happen to know that you're a thief, and I'll need you to atone for your sins.
So as you say that, he his face goes red a little bit. And he says, but I was just doing it to eat. Even Tia, she needed someone to look after her. I had to do what I could to get by.
You should work for a living, young man. Let me teach you a trade or two. Anyways,
No one
that's
wants to hire me, he says. And
find
he
you a job.
looks like he's basically a street urchin, more or less.
Stealing is wrong one way or another. Now kiss my Bible.
That's
No,
the
I'm
new
not gonna
sword.
do that. He pushes you.
You fucking weirdo.
I will help you. It's just you need to do this.
He's such a. He can't help it, dude. He had the perfect chance to get an apprentice paladin, and he's just like, you can't. I'm like, well, you gonna kiss my Bible,
Sidebar.
dude? Yeah, that's a good call.
I have friends. We can save your friend, but you must atone for your thievery.
How? Well, by kissing this book?
You see, arete requires love or sacrifice to atone for sin. And believe me, you don't want no sacrifice.
So, at your words, he seems a little bit taken aback, I guess. And he sort of gives you a strange look and says, okay, but only if you swear that you're going to help Tia.
I do swear it solemnly.
So he very sort of timidly and quickly gives your book a kiss.
Okay, all is forgiven. Now come with me, young man. We're going to get my party. They are very strong and wise. They will know what to do.
Gar goes, ooh, yes.
And arete.
So Gar quickly makes his way back to the estate, which is not far away. And yes, he returns and speaks to the party, informing them of what has happened.
I believe I may have found the young woman that the witch was looking for. She's been taken by the New Dawn.
Where did they take her?
To their headquarters, I believe.
Although, because it's happening so rapidly, Gar, you suspect that they wouldn't even have made it there yet.
We might be able to catch them if we leave now.
Why are we doing this?
Do we know where their headquarters are?
Well, let's just say they mentioned a specific building, and that's where they're going.
Right. Also, did the witch mention to us if this little girl had magic powers?
She pretty much said so.
Like, she said she was gonna... No, yeah, I guess so. She said she was gonna teach her.
We don't have our
Well, she
school yet.
Yeah, she wanted her for a, what's the word? A coven. So, make of that what you will.
Gar, in a
Swelma
quietly,
says, Leslie's right. Once we get her, what do we do with her?
we need to create some kind of school for gifted children.
Yeah. Does that kid you brought back have any skills of woodworking?
Oh, woodworking.
Yeah, that cabin. We've got a perfectly good cabin out there that we could repurpose.
It was dilapidated. We don't have time to get that in order before we go on our...
Wait, why are you guys talking about woodworking? Aren't we chasing down the girl?
What are we
Yeah, we're
supposed
trying to discuss what to do with her afterwards.
That Gorgon says it's irrelevant. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. She could be dead by the time we get there.
Flesh rolls
Are
his
you
eyes.
kidding me?
I just got
If you
shit
had this
bringing
attitude
girl
when we
here.
were trying to rescue that orc, maybe he would have made it. Now you don't care about what we do about them after?
The orc was ages ago.
Gorgon looks at Anna and says, the orc was irrelevant.
Okay, but this girl that we've never met, that we just killed Lenora for, we're gonna go rescue.
We killed Lenore because she was evil, Anna.
Yes, I killed Lenora to protect others.
Well,
This
you can go
girl
if you
is-
want. I'm staying here.
Fine.
I can't
Gorgon
stand
goes.
division within the party.
Les stays too. He really doesn't care.
I'll help.
Really?
Well, I promised I would help.
I'll help too.
Gorgon says, I'm not going to leave a defenseless child at the fate of the Order. She is a dead woman and she hasn't had a chance to live out her potential.
She's gonna know all about us, and then what do we do with her?
We'll figure it out. We figured it out before, we'll figure it out again.
Are you going? Les looks at Svelna.
Yeah, and everything's gonna be fine in the end.
And you're muted.
Svelna looks really torn.
I beg each of you to come. I know you all kind of hate me, but I really need you to do this.
Is Thringle in the
like it.
room?
Thrindle is left, as far as you know.
Like to go
He-
get
he
this
was-
girl?
Unceremoniously.
he went
He's
to go
gone to
visit
his
his
master.
master. Remember, his master's
Right. Oh. Yeah, Svelna's gonna go.
Fine,
She's
whatever.
gonna look
The
at
right
she's
thing.
gonna look at Anna and Les, and she's gonna say, Thrinda would want us to go help her.
Who cares?
Let's do it for Thrindahl, everybody. What do you say, Anna?
Svelna looks into Anna's eyes, and when she says, "Who cares?" she just shakes her head and walks away. Let's go, Gorgon.
And I'll stay here with Griff.
Les shrugs. He looks to Anna and says, I might have figured out something for that guy, and points at Griff. We'll talk about it after, and he walks out after the party.
Svelna's immediately gonna climb up to a rooftop and start just like bolting across the rooftops.
Man,
The
that's
fastest
cool.
way to get from A to B.
Wait.
All right.
Gred and I know the way. Gred is my new squire, by the way.
Are we missing a token? Oh, there's it.
Oh, yeah.
It was just up further than I could see. Do I got everybody
Gorgon
here?
suggests maybe giving him a job with a lower chance of death, like mine
worry.
worker or
We-
chimney sweep.
Why don't we
or-
put him to work
Ricky.
rebuilding that cabin for us? Hey, kid, can you do anything?
I promised I would teach him employable skills, and, fighting is pretty employable these days.
Thrindle could teach him woodworking.
Greg
He
goes,
just-
I would like to learn how to fight. He draws his like really small dagger and like
Someone give this boy a real weapon.
No, let's not. Listen, kid, if shit goes down, you hide, okay?
Don't worry, I can bring you back from the brink of death. You can
Better
be
yet,
totally reckless.
get
No,
back in the
it's-
house.
You
You're staying here.
Yeah, actually, stay in the house. Yeah, why are we bringing him? Stay here.
Yeah, Svelna puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "You're not coming for this one.
But Tia needs help.
It's his lover.
We will go help her."
grant the boy a chance to win her.
No, you stay here.
The boy had his chance. That's when you needed to step in. He's
was-
staying.
Mate,
Ooh,
if he
burn.
wants to,
Plus, when she
if you
sees
want-
me, she's gonna forget all about him anyway.
if he wants to come, don't stop him. But whatever, we gotta save her.
Sounds like more people want him to stay behind, so
We should
Yes.
take an official.
Edward
vote.
doesn't care
Well,
that much.
Svelna
Yeah.
was just gonna say, "Fine, he can come, but no one is slowing down for him."
Fair enough.
alright.
I don't.
Okay.
Les doesn't want him to see fucking him using potions and shit.
So basically what I'm gonna have you guys do, someone do a knowledge local check to see if you can direct the group to intercept them before they get nat 20.
Woohoo!
So Les, when Guard describes to you where they're going,
I know a
You-
shortcut.
yeah, you very quickly determine the best route to try to intercept them. And it doesn't take long before you set up in their path. How do you guys want to try to approach this? Are you going to try to
Set up an
attack
ambush.
them from hiding? Are you going to try, are you going to try something else?
I think we should set up an
Gorgon-
ambush.
Gorgon suggests hitting him with a gas grenade, taking the girl and going.
I like Gorgon's tactics. It's the best alternative if we're missing the slumber hex.
I was thinking I could use a stink bomb, nauseate them both.
I have a backup plan if those both fail.
All right, I'm gonna jump in. Whatever. We're gonna save these people.
Yeah, you could
And
raise
it-
skeletons and stuff. Something inconspicuous.
Okay, and Anna,
I'm not there.
you're not going to come.
Nope.
Okay.
I am aware that I am sitting out, so I'm not.
Yeah, no,
dare
it's
you not give
up
something.
to you.
Les wussed out because Stelna went.
If you have RP reasons for not wanting to go, that's fine.
I like new Anna.
Just sits out.
Okay, I just have to
That's not what I like.
make a few adjustments to this map, just because things have changed. So
I'm making myself sick.
take a quick break. It won't be long. Don't worry.
So all I heard there was Luke run out for a quick smoke real quick.
Sure.
Quick things, so I'll
Go
BRB.
for it, quick.
Feel free to
I
start
thought you
before I
were
get back.
quitting.
Yeah, I thought you were quitting, bro.
What happened?
Quitting.
Oh, can I handle
not
this one?
quit.
He quit.
Quitting.
It's
I'm
a
in the
process.
He quit quitting. He quit.
He's currently at stage 3.5.
Of a 200 stage
Oh,
process.
don't look forward to stage 4 because it's pretty lame. They tried to base it off World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Stage 4 is the part where it's terminal, right?
Right.
Gar starts lecturing Gred on the way. Now, the first part of being a paladin is fasting before battle.
Don't teach him to be a paladin. Let's get Threadle to teach him how to work with wood. He can build our cabin for us. We'll pay him.
I was pretty sure you meant something else when you said woodworking.
Does this?
God damn it.
If I become your, what is it called?
Squire.
Squire
Squire.
basically means
Squire.
meat shield.
Does that mean that I get a sword?
Well, we're gonna give you 2 shields for good measure.
Shield bonuses don't stack.
It's
Take it from me, kid. The life expectancy of a squire is about 15 minutes. Alright? Be a lot better off if you learn to build something.
look. All I'm saying is, I don't know if you should teach him like the magical stuff. It just brings trouble.
Don't use the M word.
He's cool with magic, don't worry.
Oh my
Are you
god.
sure? Your girlfriend's like a witch or something, right?
She's not my girlfriend. She's more like my. I think of her like a sister.
It's lame, kid.
Are you actually related, though?
No, we're not.
Okay.
No, but she doesn't talk much.
Did you hear?
She's not the type of person that seems interesting. She mostly just draws in the dirt.
He almost couldn't get that out straight. Did you hear that? His
Yeah, I
voice
heard.
cracked at the end.
Are you gay?
Are you gay? Oh man. Les looks back at Edward, having lost interest in the kid, and says, I had an idea. I went to spoke to Ironsides. Rosemary might be interested in taking care of your old man full time. We'd have to pay her, of course, but you know, she could be a live-in nanny. He'd always be there.
That's good. Thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Gorgon
You're gonna have to
says,
pay for it though.
Perhaps you should consider hobgoblin thinking.
I'll pay for it.
You know, I don't have any family. I'm not sad about it.
Okay, so this is the map. So you guys can set up on this side wherever you like.
Do you need to give
Now,
us vision, sir?
You have torches and sun rods that you can drag and drop. Now, potentially, if you use these, if you use light sources, you could be spotted ahead of time.
So is it supposed to be all black? Like it's
It
pitch
should
black
be,
right
yep.
now? There's
Yeah,
no other light in this city?
Not right here, there isn't.
Okay. We're gonna have to, we should maybe...
signs.
We should get Sveltna to take the lead and Gorgon. I think they can see in the dark, right? And then,
Do we know which way they'll be coming from there, Benzel?
yeah,
You believe
we
that they will be coming from the east to west.
Les says, we can use your gas grenade, although it's pitch black, so there's really no difference. But we could use a stink bomb of mine. It should have them both keeled over, retching.
Right, but if they have light sources, it'll still block them, right? So it's not completely ineffective.
True. I don't know. What do you think?
Gorgon thinks let Schveltna and I try to knock him out first. Schveltna, do you have a non-lethal weapon?
I have ways to make them useless without harming them. Yes.
How? More specific.
I can blind them, create smoke, deafen them.
Gorgon says, okay. Just to be safe, I bought you this, and he hands her a sap.
You see one hanging at her side.
Oh. Well, then I'm going to give this to another party member.
Les raises his hand.
Are you proficient with martial weapons?
Les
Probably.
lowers his hand slowly.
So just so you guys know, on the rooftops, I've just done a vision layer like at the peak, but you can move through it. But it's just basically so that, you know, you can't see past the incline of the roof. So if you move your token just past the vision, I'll say that you're able to kind of go to a prone position and see over the edge of the roof and have cover. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It's pitch black still for me, so you guys have to take the lead here.
Well, you could remember those torches.
No, we
that
don't want to use torches. We'll
Just
wait.
you.
This is a city. One torch won't give away an ambush.
As long as you're not like on a rooftop or something holding a torch. I mean,
Is there anywhere? Les will ask the people who can see in the dark. Is there any torch holders or anything that it would look normal if there was a torch sitting in it around?
Like a sconce?
Sure, whatever. I can make up words too.
you're going through.
No,
a
sconce
poor-
is a real word, but
It is.
That was
probably
the
a joke.
It was just. Thank you.
sidebar.
Wow. Luke, what a gay.
You're abusing that now. You're making jokes with it.
Sidebar,
So-
guys.
So, yeah, get your tokens into position where you'd like.
All right,
Who would
let's.
like to be up on this rooftop.
We'll use a torch for this part, and then I'll put it out.
You're with me, Fred.
Oh no, the torch isn't working anymore.
We're going to climb up on the roof.
On the roof? Sure, he says as he nimbly climbs up. Do a climb check.
Do we want torches on the roofs?
The torch thing's not. No, but the torch thing's not working anymore.
Gorgon says to Les, you're best off going in some sort of disguise. So, like, if you just, like, have a torch and you're just, like, out having a smoke, or, I don't know, you figure something out.
Do you want me to intercept him?
The torch function's not working anymore. That's too bad.
It's working for me.
You know what? I bet you I just don't have vision. Is it possible I just don't have vision?
Oh, your token might not, yeah. I seem to remember. Yeah, that's totally what.
Whoa, no torches on the roof, guys.
All right.
Leslie's allowed to have one torch on the ground, but he's got to pretend like he's, like, I don't know, fixing a cart or what's around that you could use, you know? Maybe going through garbage cans like a trash panda. Because I'm sure there's people that go through trashes. Trashes?
Someone's gonna walk up to you and hand you a hat
Okay.
and say, "Put this on. You'll look like a scavenger looking
Let-
for parts."
Les puts on the hat, and he also drinks a vial. And he starts scavenging around.
You should become a woman, Les. Hide your identity.
It doesn't actually hide my identity, but
The hat's gonna change you to a different race.
the hat will.
Filthy elf going through the trash.
I'm black now.
I believe it's only a gnome or a halfling.
Ew.
Be a gnome.
So what do I do?
Shut up.
you
Svelna
stand-
hands you these two, like, sleeves that look kind of clear, and when you put them on, you can just change your outfit to whatever.
Oh. That's cool.
So you can
Great.
maybe be with Leslie scavenging, but I don't have any more tricks up my sleeve
Get your own trash pile.
for Gar.
Seems good.
Just a halfling and his bud going through some garbage.
Rags.
I do have
Okay.
a disguise kit. Would you allow me to just do like a disguise check to try and do up like a disguise for Gar?
Takes like 10 minutes to do a disguise, and you
We might not have
probably.
that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys just sort of have enough time to set up, and that's about
Too
it.
bad I didn't make disguise self today.
Garb puts up
It
his.
still takes 10 minutes to cast disguise self.
Yeah, true.
But he does it with a potion.
He says as if he knew that.
Well, no, it's because I would have to mix it. I would have to make it.
Right. That's why.
Ooh, I'm gonna cast False Life on me.
All right. So you guys are getting in position. Just as you begin to hear some of the mage hunters talking, and just like you can hear footsteps as well. So you guys, I guess you will get potentially a surprise round.
I'm going to be stealthing as well.
As am I.
Right, of course. I sort of assume basically everyone's stealthing, more or less.
Shut up.
Well, the people who are hiding in plain sight, you're probably best off doing a disguise versus sense motive.
Sure.
Don't tell me what to do. What would my roll be, Luke? Plus 20?
For what?
Like a disguise check?
I don't think it grants you benefits. Like, I think it physically shifts you to the race that you are.
Cool.
Oh, this hat? Yeah, it just
Yeah,
is
the
like
Kappa human guys. Yeah,
I mean,
just-
I'll roll a disguise. I guess dress like a hobo or something, or friend.
Right, but a disguise, it technically, like, it's supposed to take like 10 minutes to make up a disguise, so it's...
But you gave me some magical stuff, no?
Yeah, those
Okay.
two items are just like instant.
Oh, you had 2 magic items, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I gave him
Yeah.
the hat to Carl and the sleeves of many garments to
Oh, okay, so
Edward.
you...
Like,
you-
just Edward's outfit will change. He's still
right,
gonna look the
right,
same.
he still looks like Edward.
Pretty much, yeah.
So they're just walking along, talking. They're sort of pulling the girl along with them.
Yeah.
Sveltna's gonna look to Gorgon for a signal.
Okay. And hold. So there's mage hunters to the north and to the south?
Correct.
Okay. So what Gorgon's going to do is
Peasant,
He's go-
don't block our path.
he's going to hit this area with a potion, or sorry, with a stun potion. So they all get fortitude saves.
Unless it's just going, oh, whoa, what?
Sure. Let me just do some rolls here.
I'm
You want
gonna
me to
do-
roll to just see if I hit the target or the square?
I'm gonna do an accent. Oh, I'm sorry.
Could I get Sveltna and
I
whoever
got
was...
a crit on my attack roll.
Okay.
Because I got a crit on my attack roll, would I be able to add to the DC or something? Maybe my sneak attack die to the DC of the knockout poison, or
It's a poison. Oh,
It's up to you.
I'll add... yeah, allow you to add only 1, though, to the DC. That's still...
like I meant just add +3 for my 3 sneak attack die. I saw a rule like that. I think it was in 3.5, but I haven't been able to find anything equivalent in Pathfinder and searching. Just so you're aware.
Okay,
Like
so
a
is it just a
+1
poison,
per die.
or does
Yeah,
it do
exactly.
damage?
Nope, just a poison. No damage.
Oh, I see, but you want increased damage on the poison? Is that what you're saying?
Increase the DC if possible. If not,
Yeah,
it's okay.
okay. Well, I said 1. That'll have to do.
Okay. Well, I could either roll better or worse, you know?
Okay, so you throw a gas grenade down in the midst of them, which explodes, and they make fortitude saves.
Oh, better. I'll take it.
Right? Isn't that how it works?
Yep. So it is now fortitude save DC 20.
Okay, where are we here?
Why do I get the funny syphilis?
Okay. Where are we?
Funny syphilis, I hardly knew her. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Highway to the danger zone.
Cool.
Alright, sorry about that. 1d20 plus 6. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, so what's the DC on that?
20.
Okay, so the first one's pass, second one is a fail. And then fail, pass. Or wait. No, fail, fail. Okay, so only one of them passes. That's the one closest to you. So what exactly does the poison do? It knocks them out?
That is correct.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the gas grenade explodes, enveloping them in gas. The one that doesn't fall prey to it yells out, "We're under attack! Mages!" And then we will... I guess you guys get a surprise round.
Yeah.
But we will do initiative.
Can we say that I threw one of my buttons as Gorgon threw his bomb? Since I was like waiting for a signal from him.
Well, why don't we just do initiative? And I mean, basically, Gorgon took his action already, so you're still gonna get the same.
Okay.
I disagree.
Yeah, I should have done this earlier, but Benzel, if you're ever not busy, if I get vision from someone, I just won't move them around. Doesn't matter who.
Oh
You
yeah,
could-
sure.
you just throw it on Gorgon.
It's alright.
No,
it's
throw it on
my
fucking
fault.
Les.
Should have mentioned it earlier.
Just give me
Les
a
is the one in the middle.
second.
You get to control. You get to control. What's his
bitch.
name? The kid.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what are we doing here? Control you.
Shit.
Yes.
I wanna puke.
He has 2 initiative, Beard.
Way we go. 6. I'm not rolling well.
Did I get everybody on the initiative there? Did I miss anybody?
Sorry about your dad, by the way.
I mean, you know,
It was a good job, Dana. For like RP wise,
I think it's gonna be good.
it's way better.
Yeah.
Like this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Now he gets to be a tortured soul even more.
I mean, who knows? Maybe that's what turns him to the dark side slowly. But who knows? We'll see.
He starts to dress like a bat.
No, that's Felton's already doing
Oh
that.
shit, you're right.
I mean, yeah. All right.
So I do not have vision, but that's okay.
You still don't have. Oh, you know what? I don't think that token has vision. That will be why. There. How's that? Good.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Gar.
Alrighty. Gar says, "Stay put, boy. Just watch." And I make a full attack. Which one isn't stunned?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Let me just.
Aw,
put
you're so unmerciful, Gar. We're trying to get in, get out, go home.
He pointed at Edward first. You guys notice that? He's like, all right, let's line it up. No. Ugh.
Yeah, it's just the bottom left one, basically.
She's the only one up. All right. Subdual. Gonna make subdual arrows.
You can. I mean, they're blunt arrows, right? Didn't we go through this?
Oh yeah. Never
It's a
mind.
specific arrow.
I don't want to mess with that. I'll just use normal arrows.
He said yes.
All right. Those are my 3 attack rolls.
Okay, let me just look at our stats here. She has. What were the? She has
20.
19 AC.
Okay, I got 3
Hit,
hits.
hit.
Okay.
Oh wait.
We better coup de grace them all in the streets.
Better.
No way. That's evil. So evil.
Well, we can't just kill one of them. We gotta kill them all or none.
No, just create mayhem. Disable them.
How come you're still rolling d20s?
Sorry, I had the wrong.
Okay. Oh, that was a d8. Okay. There we go.
2 ones.
Okay,
Still pretty good.
That's 19, 26 damage. So 3 arrows streak down and strike the woman in her chest, midsection, and then in her arm, and she howls out in pain. How much damage did I say? 29?
Yeah, 26.
26.
26. So that brings it to... Okay. Howls out in pain as the arrows strike her. Gorgon already took its turn.
Leslie turns to face the group behind him, and he's going to toss a stink bomb into their midst.
Okay, you can see them, of course, and
these guys.
Now you're gonna take
these guys.
Sorry. Oh.
I think you just revealed things we didn't know about.
Right. Never mind.
Oh, I saw them.
Yeah, Gorgon saw them.
Well, thanks for telling us.
Okay, yeah, you can throw them here.
All right, so
part of an ambush is not yelling out things.
So 23 touch attack. I'm gonna aim it at this guy, and I'm going to spread it onto all of them. So this person, if it's a hit, would take 17 damage, and they would all have a DC 17 Fortitude save, or be nauseated.
Okay.
They call me Hale.
Okay, so your touch is a hit, dealing 17 points of damage. Okay, so that brings it to... Okay. And they get fortitude saves. I believe the target also
Yeah, they all do.
makes sense as well.
They're gonna all be in a cloud.
The prisoner, is she chained or anything?
Let's hope so.
Nope. No, they just... She, has, a pair of manacles on.
Looks like they all fail, so they would all be nauseated.
So they can only make move actions. Okay. I will put little markers on them.
Less smirks.
And that lasts for, it's a couple rounds.
I think it's 1d4 rounds. 4 rounds.
Okay. Okay, I'll have to try to remember that.
I'll remember.
Alright. It is the Mage Hunter's turn. So...
Were we still in surprise round?
Oh, right. Surprise round. Nameless Girl, and then Edward.
Which way did we
Oh, it's 5 rounds. Sorry.
come into this area? Like, when we retreat, which way are we going?
I'd say
southwest.
South by southwest.
so. We need to get out to the southwest.
So we need to go down this way then. These people are... Oops. Sodna's gonna throw one of her flash buttons right here.
I think the only one alive up there is the commander.
All these
So
are people
3 of
dead?
them... So
yeah,
these,
all the guys
these-
with the heads are knocked out.
Yeah, these people are unconscious.
Oh, okay, then these are the second ones.
These ones are sickened, so they can only take a move action.
Yeah, so Sveldin is trying to take this girl out,
Okay.
so then we can just grab the girl and run. So
Everyone can scatter in different directions.
So that's
So
hits
that-
the ground, and then they need to make fortitude saves. DC 15.
Okay. Does it matter if I do it for the people who are unconscious? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Because they're knocked out for like an hour at least.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured it was something along those lines. Usually with the poisons, it's pretty long. Okay, her... And you said a fortitude?
Correct.
6. 12 is probably a fail.
It is.
So what do these things do? The flash
So
one?
she is dazzled for 2 rounds.
Glad that you guys are putting all these effects on everybody, so I have to remember how long it lasts.
We're planning
Yeah.
on running away now.
Yeah, and then Selden is going to scream, "Grab the girl and run, I'll get the rest."
But she's only dazzled, you said? That's like...
Yeah,
you
you
know?
realize Dazzled's like -1 to attack.
Yeah, it's not...
Oh,
Yeah,
basically
Dazzled,
like you-
Dazzled fucking sucks.
It's like you took
You're
a
like
picture
light
of...
blind. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you've got residual after image from a...
Oh, I see a little bit of spots.
Well, it's okay. I'm gonna block the. Did Gorgon yell about the guys coming from the south yet?
No, Gorgon's completely silent.
Fuck. So I don't even know about them.
I assume Edward doesn't either. So what Edward will do is grab the girl and say, "Come with me if you want to live."
She just sort of looks at you kind of dreamily.
Nice. Good man.
I just
Not
grab.
not like she's, you know,
No, not in love.
enamored
She's
with
just
them.
What?
no.
She's out of
She
it.
seems lost in thought. Yeah, no, I get a picture.
That sucks.
So I will, assuming she won't resist, I grab her hand and I pull, kind of like having her run after me, and I will do 1, 2, 3. I will also cast light if I can do that.
Says, I saw you before in a dream, and you cast light.
Okay.
Oh my god, she's evil.
4.
But he looks like a halfling, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, that's right. She doesn't say that. She says, "Who are you?"
No, I don't look like a halfling. I
That's
only
me.
have
It's only
rags.
right.
Yeah.
It's only the
She would
Clothes.
recognize him. It's just the clothes.
And then I make my movement, and I say, "Ah, shit," and that's my turn.
Gar's turn.
There's some.
Oh wait, sorry. It's the kid. Then Gar. Gred is his name. Gred.
There's more over here, boys.
Do a suicide run, Beard.
You
Mission
there?
accomplished, my young
Oh yeah, I'm here. Well, Gar told me to stay put, so he stays put.
Got such a deep voice all of a sudden.
Glad that we found a
Russell,
way-
why would he say Gar told me to stay put, so I stay put?
I'm glad that we found a way for you to participate, so you could.
Your
stay.
manliness is already
Look,
washing
it's
over
my own,
me.
It's my own fault. Like I
Gar's
chose not to
turn.
go, so.
Hey, babes.
Try as I
What are you
might,
looking
Beard
at?
abstains from my adventure.
Gar says, "Quick, we jump off the building and follow Edward. This way."
What'd you see?
Can we say that
Hmm?
Gred's
What'd you
delayed to follow me?
Yeah.
Gred can follow
Yeah.
you, absolutely. I will require it is like a drop, so you'll have to. It's
What
only
is
15
my
feet.
What is my
Your
jump track?
acrobatics will be +6.
Wow. 14.
So Gar, what's the? It's like 15 to land on your feet. What's the? I don't remember off the top of my head. Do you guys?
Something like that. Yeah. Yep.
So Gar falls. Oh, it looks like Gred falls as well. So first Gar, you like
Like squire, like master.
yeah, you like really wind up to make this little jump, and you jump and instantly like go horizontal and basically land on your front. And then Gar or Gred, he sort of jumps and lands on top of you as well. So you each
Both
take
prone.
1d6.
Garrett Gred.
Are we prone then?
Yes, you are.
Les
If you
is
take
gonna.
any sort of fall damage, you fall prone.
Les hearing Edward is gonna say, "I will block the lower corridor off with my stink bomb."
So that's your move action. You could spend your standard to stand up, or you could shoot them from prone. Or I don't know if you can do that with a bow. I think it's
I
only
don't.
crossbows.
Especially if it's a longbow. You can't even use a longbow while riding a horse.
Gred stands
Uh,
up.
You just need a feet.
I'll stand up too.
Thank you,
Okay.
Luke.
Back to the top of the initiative order. Oh wait, Gar was on the top of the initiative order, so it's his turn again.
Wait, what? Oh, right, because
Because that was a surprise round.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right, we did
Peanut.
surprise round, and then I don't think I started with Gar.
Cunt.
I think I started somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah, Gorgon. All right, let's
Oh
go.
wait, no, Gar shot her with arrows. That's
Yeah,
right.
Gar got his
So
turn.
Gar just took his first turn. My
Yeah.
bad. Gorgon.
Okay. So Gorgon.
Nice try, Russ.
Gorgon stealths another 5, 10. And can I move on this square, or is this square difficult or whatever just because of the angle? Or am I okay?
Well, actually, the roof is all sort of difficult, I guess, really, because it's on an angle.
Okay. So I was stealthing, so do you want me just to stealth 10 feet then?
You can move at your full speed while stealth.
No, I haven't picked my rogue feat yet. But...
Yeah, so just do go 10 then.
Okay. So that's 10. And Gorgon's going to throw this. So he's going to throw down another knockout grenade.
Wow.
Those are dope.
Yes, they are. 19 to hit. It's actually 17 because of the range penalty. Flat-footed and touch.
Just check.
So I think it just has to beat 10 because I've
Are
still
they
beaten them.
flat-footed? I guess because you're stealthed. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a hit. So they make
And
this.
I also really only need to hit the square because of the vapor poison. It's also why I kind of didn't want to make poisons for Schveltna because I'm like, these are already pretty OP. Like, if we're just tossing these things left, right, and center, we might as well cancel a game. Okay.
Like
so,
right now.
Okay,
So
so
they make fortitudes. So
yeah,
that's one
DC
pass. 1 fail. 2 fails. 3 fails. So I shall say that this person passes and the rest of them fail. Well, so much
Can
for
you
this
do that?
encounter.
Can a dungeon master do that?
He's a liar and a thief.
Guess I shouldn't give the party the drop on anything. Leslie.
So the only... Is this woman incapacitated or she's just dazzled?
She just dazzled, yeah. She's like rubbing her eyes a little.
I suppose I will stink bomb her.
Can you stink bomb without dealing damage?
He could like hit a square close to her, and then it wouldn't deal damage.
I guess
Yeah,
we
but
don't
if he
wanna
hits a
kill her.
person with the stink bomb, then it does.
Right.
Why you don't want me to hit her?
I don't know. It's up to you, dude. You do you.
Less hits her.
Les throws a bomb in her face, which deals
23 touch attack, 15 damage, and then fortitude save.
Now I believe. Oh, you can sculpt it, so you're good.
Yeah.
She makes her fortitude.
Stink bomb, stink
24.
bomb.
So I believe
Nice.
that's
A stink
Yeah.
bomb.
Yep, she's passed.
all right. And do you want to take a move action?
Now remember, Carl looks like a halfling.
You got that right. I'm just
Sheldon
gonna. I'll
shouts
move. You
out,
can
"Start
move
running!"
on. Les says this way. Or we should go this way.
Okay.
5, 10.
Do as you wish.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
We're
move.
exiting southwest, Les.
Southwest, you say, eh? I'll just meet you at the mansion. Peace.
So, Les provokes 2 attacks of opportunity. Or wait, can they
Nope.
make attacks of opportunity when they're nauseated? I guess
Nope.
not.
Great question. I think they still can.
I was gonna say, I think it depends what kind of action that is.
Well, it's an attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
does-
it's not really an action.
I would say yes.
It says creatures are unable to attack. Or doing
Yeah.
anything
Alright.
else that requires attention.
Oh.
So
And no, yeah, you're good
Specifically
then.
says unable to attack.
Oh, for that.
okay, it's good.
Okay, so Les runs off. The lead mage hunter coughs through the gas and says, "Retain the girl at all costs." She moves forward. to attack. Who's within? So Sveltna's up on the roof. Leslie ran away.
I was told to run, so I ran.
Guess it's Gar. Or no, she's gonna go for Edward.
They can't even do anything that requires attention. They can just
She
take a single
moves
move action.
here. And she will do her attack. She will use Flurry of Blows.
Oh, it's a monk.
Don't forget to throw in a stunning fist.
Oh my. Vati twist.
She will do that. Stunning Fist. The first one. I don't think that either of those hit. Your AC, Edward, is higher than that, I suspect.
It's 20, so I
You
would.
good?
Wasn't Stunning Fist 24?
No, it was not. That was her fort.
No, that was a different save. yeah.
Oh.
So, Edward, you hear the Mage Hunter yell as she runs up behind you, and she tries to punch you a few times, but fortunately, your armor is able to take the hits.
Say, what are you doing? Why are you trying to punch me? I'm wearing an armor.
It would make you pay for that.
So those ones are unconscious. This guy takes a step back and fires at Gorgon. Okay. Okay, hold on a moment. Okay. Believe you're out of range, so it's just that attack. 22, Gorgon.
22 is a miss.
Really? Wow.
Actually, hold on one second.
So he raises his musket, takes aim at Gorgon, and fires.
Hold
you're
on,
out
you might have
of-
hit.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
out of...
you did hit. My
22.
AC is 22.
Okay.
Yay!
So, he hits, striking Gorgon with a musket ball.
Gorgon falls down off the roof dead. Everyone laughs.
This is +5. He does 17 points of damage.
He's gonna wish he didn't do that.
Okay, now these other people, they can only move, so...
That's right.
This one... 5, 10, 15,
They're just
20.
retching and stuff, you know?
So, Haglin... Did Haglin actually die? I couldn't remember if he was dead or not.
Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
I believe
Oh,
he was
did die?
killed, but that's fine.
Okay, well, it's just someone else then.
Some other hobgoblin races.
Pursues Leslie. Yeah, you see, I couldn't remember which NPCs were.
That's fine.
He does not want to do that.
And
Maybe
this
they brought him back.
one goes to here. Okay. Nameless Girl. So the Mage Hunters seem as if they're in quite amount of disarray, as many of them run about retching. One of them attempts to assail Edward unsuccessfully, and you hear the retort of a gunshot happen south of you. And you hear Gorgon grunt in pain.
I know that sound all too well. We're gonna throw a
Fuck!
I'm gonna throw a smoke button. Oh, I'm on the ruler at this square here.
I'm... Oh,
Hey,
Rage.
Smokey Boom.
right there, okay. Gray probably isn't the best color for pings, but...
That's fair.
Gray on. Well, it's on gray. But it could be other times.
So right
where-
there is where you're shooting for?
Yeah. And then
Okay. So you just want to
So
hit
it's a-
this one guy? Oh, it's a smoke. Okay, so...
yeah, I'm hitting that square, and then it does a 10-foot
Radius?
10-foot cube.
Oh, a 10-foot cube, then it's just a cube. It's just... Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay, so that's where you want to do it right there?
I didn't realize. I thought it was 10 foot each way.
No, if it's a
No,
cube.
man,
yeah.
it's cubes suck.
Can we say
That's
that
what
I
a
threw it
smokestick is.
further?
Like within the range of the item.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Which
move
is
it like
Usually
to
a
the
10-foot
side.
range increment.
I was just gonna move it to the left a bit, or sorry,
Okay,
to
I'll-
the right.
Tell you what, I'll give you control of this, and I'll give all players control. You can move that token where you like. Right there.
Right there.
Sveltnuts throws down a small pebble-like object which cracks as it hits the ground and issues out some smoke. Do you wish to
Okay.
take a move action as well?
Yes, I'm gonna start moving down to where Leslie ran.
Okay.
What the hell? That is the lamest.
You better not get
So-
behind those guys.
Keep it. It is difficult terrain on the rooftop, so take that into consideration. I think you get special.
So that's my
He
move.
moves full speed.
Only while using acrobatics, not on difficult terrain.
Oh.
At 8th level, I get difficult terrain at full speed.
Then it is Edward Clayton's turn.
I am making a run for it.
Okay.
So
Roll follows behind.
full retreat if I have to. If there has to be an attack of opportunity, I would shield the girl.
You should just kill
Is there a
that fucking
difference
woman.
between full retreat, and full withdrawal? Are those sort
Well,
of?
full withdrawal is what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, full
And-
withdrawal. I'm pretty sure you don't.
You literally.
But since I'm dragging someone, I was like maybe, but you know, so I'm just saying just in case.
Well,
Uh,
does she have shackles or just manacles?
Not shackles. She's just. It's just her
Oh,
hands.
actually, I can move one more square there. So that's me.
Follows behind you. Red. You sit up on top of the paladin, rubbing your head.
Yeah, so I took my standard last turn to
Right.
stand up. I will delay it. I go after Gar.
Gar.
from now on.
This way, Gret. We must help our friend Les. One, two.
Sveltnus shouts out, "We're fine. Get out of here!"
Don't go behind them. Don't go behind them.
Wait. Sorry, I want to do something different. We
Never
must
mind,
take
Gret.
the easiest avenue of escape. This way.
Gorgon yells, "Go! Go! Go with Les! I've got this!" You're walking behind a monk.
Yeah, why don't you just go up and go to the right?
I can't see anything.
Go this
Dark.
way.
Wait, yeah.
Gar,
Run by.
where are you going?
No arrows. Stop it.
Sidebar, let
If
Gar
he
do his
didn't,
turn.
if he didn't use a torch,
He doesn't
that's
have
his
light?
decision.
All I can see is the light from Les's torch.
I guess you're running behind
Gar,
me.
where are we going? I'm scared.
Please. Wait.
Okay, go.
You wanted to be a squire, you little
I
fruitcake.
didn't know it would be like this.
Follow me.
Where are you
I-
going?
We're going this way. Final answer.
I'm still counting. I'm counting the spaces I've moved so far.
Double move, you little shit.
They run
Who is
back
that?
and forth.
Hello? Who's that?
Follow me. Don't worry, they're stunned, I'm pretty sure.
Keep your mouth shut, kid.
35.
I'll
we're
keep
gonna
you
go in-
safe.
We're gonna go into that darkness.
Just run right through it. Blind.
I can't see anymore. 45,
Alrighty, we'll make sure you do not fear the darkness.
50. I can't see anything.
Can I use divine thing as
55.
my thing that makes my bow turn on fire?
You
Let me
can.
know if I like bump into anyone or anything.
Like,
That's my
alright.
60 feet of movement.
I'm just gonna use that as a swift action. 'cause
Okay.
Oh god, Gar, I went too far. I'm sorry.
You little prick.
Okay, and Gred took his turn. Gorgon.
Okay. So hold on. So I guess Buddy's gonna have to reload that musket. So I think I have a little bit of time. I think on this one, I don't really want to use any more poisons because they're expensive. Bolus time? Yeah, let's do bolus. So Gorgon is going to throw a bolus at this girl.
Oh man. Remember when Grimmel found one and never used it? That was fun.
That's the one close by them that you're aiming for, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nat 20 versus her CMD.
Yeah, that's a hit. But you're good.
Can I critical bolus?
Sure.
Like, make sure
Why
it's
not?
like wrapped up really good.
Yeah, whatever the escape artist check or whatever, it'll be a little bit higher.
28.
Okay, yeah. And I mean, she doesn't get. I mean, you beat her, so.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's technically just a trip attempt, but like instead of a move action, maybe she has to do a full round to get untangled.
Okay.
So Gorgon's also going to slink away over the roof. So I'm no longer stealthing. So why don't I just move half speed, just because it's difficult terrain?
Yep. Alrighty.
And I've got a vision blocker here.
Yeah, you can move through those. It's just the edge of the. It's just the peak of the roof, really.
I see. And that's Gorgon's turn.
This is called Matthew Experiments with Dynamic Lighting, Part 2. Leslie.
Sorry, I muted my mic. So Leslie is like, if we can assume we're
So they're like standing in front of you, retching.
yeah, Les will
Like sort of. They're obviously trying to assail you, but they're not. They're like. Ugh.
Les will take a step back and say, "You shouldn't have followed me," and he is going to activate that potion that he drank before they showed up, and he is going to use the ability of a green dragon and fire a 15-foot cone of acid breath at them.
Okay.
Just like, wow.
I'm not so sure that they're quite that strong, are they?
Yeah. It's my elixir
76?
elixir of dragon breath.
Yeah, those are pretty fucking badass.
And they can do a reflex save for half damage.
Dude, they're already down.
Well, they're not
They're not down, they're chasing me.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, they're running after him.
Okay, reflex
This
saves.
is their fault.
I will do that. It's
I
their
don't know if
fault.
I'd go that far.
So that guy gets half damage. Fail and pass.
So how much was the damage again?
It was 26 for the full guy and 13 for the half one.
Okay.
And then he's going to keep running. Full withdrawal. Or, he can't do that yet, but... I have another potion I'll drink when I want to get away.
So
how are you, like, you're crafting these?
I have...
Oh wait, you used alchemical allocation for that? Yeah, that's gonna take your
I drank that before
Yeah,
the
didn't you drink
combat.
that outside of the wood?
No, this is a different time. When I was rummaging in the garbage, I said that I drank it, and it lasts for an hour in my system.
Oh, okay.
So I shot it off and then I ran.
Leslie downs a potion and then quickly expels a cone of acid onto the mage hunters standing in front of them. The mage hunter's turn. The woman staggers away and sort of slumps against the wall, while the hobgoblin wearily makes an attempt to follow. These guys are unconscious. This guy tries to chase after you guys. This woman takes a full round action to tie herself. This guy reloads his gun. Aimless girl.
Alright, so what was it? So this one is a 10-foot radius. So, sorry, I didn't change my color. So I'm going to throw it down on this square. And
This is a
it
smoke thing? that
No,
you're
this
doing?
is the thundering button. So this is going to deafen all of them.
Sorry, and where are you doing this?
Right here. So these two will need to make fortitude saves, assuming I don't roll in that one.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay, so it was Fortitude, correct?
Yes.
11 and 21.
1 pass, 1 fail.
So the hobgoblin is deafened. He clutches his ears.
And then I'm going to
I melted his
move
face.
to here.
Okay.
Just so I can kind of keep an eye on these guys.
Edward's turn.
Edward will probably just keep running, I guess.
All right. Yeah, you guys are pretty well out of combat at this point. Yeah. So you quickly run out of their range. Gorgon, you hear the crack of another gunshot, but it doesn't seem to strike anywhere near you. And you successfully evade the mage hunters, which take quite a bit of time to collect themselves after the attack. And you return to your estate.
I just want to say that I think Gorgon is now officially the most good aligned out of any of us, and I'm very disappointed in the rest of you.
Les didn't kill anybody.
Even Edward?
Yeah, Edward dabbles
Especially
with
Edward.
evil magic.
Yeah, he's
I
fine.
guess that's true.
Like, dude, you raised
I
the
was gonna
fucking
say-
dead. You know, Jimmy is probably like I touched my cousin once, and now my soul's damned to all tarnation. If only I could get to my final resting spot.
If only my cousin was ugly. Would have never happened.
Sidebar.
Oh, shut your hole.
Just so you know, though, Les didn't do anything wrong. They chased him.
We're using
that's what-
lethal force.
He
Yeah, I
shot
was gonna
at.
say it's pretty bad when like
He shot acid because they were
Selden is
chasing
the
him.
more good acting one in a situation.
He
You're
said,
just like, I've got these new tricks. I'm gonna fuck up these NPCs.
he was like, you shouldn't be following me, and they did. So he was like, and then he tried to
Like-
kill them.
Selden, Gorgon, and Edward are the only ones that stuck to plan that time.
I used a stink bomb and incapacitated a bunch of people.
Okay, so you make your way back to your estate with Gred and Tia. You return and you find that Anna is there. Gred is incredibly thankful.
And it was like,
I don't know what they would have done with her if you hadn't have showed up. Thank you.
How did they find you, Gred?
They were talking about some sort of detectors. They showed me these things, and he sort of tries to describe to you the
Plum Bob?
Yeah.
Do you know if they had any special interest in the girl?
They said she was magic. I've never seen her do anything magic before, though.
Yeah,
Does she have
that's...
any family?
I'm the closest thing she's got to a family.
See, now what do we do with her?
You should
Well-
adopt her, Leslie. You have multiple wives who are all without child.
So,
Perhaps one of them is pregnant. She seems extra moody.
peculiar enough, you notice that the girl has two different colored eyes.
Oh,
Selden
no,
leans
she's an
down to the
anime.
girl, and she says, "Is there anyone close to you that they would go after to try and get to you, to try and find you?
Says, I don't have any family.
Not necessarily family. Anyone."
No, not really. Tia's the closest thing I've got.
What are you, a broken record?
Well, I mean,
What's a
yeah.
record?
What do you want me to say?
I believe we
Look.
are fine. We have accomplished our tasks. Now, for the children, they are probably best off in an unrelated orphanage, or they can stay here with Leslie's family.
Why do you keep offering up my family?
Because you're not using them.
Gred says, I'm not a kid. I can look after myself.
Yeah?
No, you
But
can't.
if we split you two apart, who will look after her?
I can look after her. I've looked after her just fine up until now.
But that's what I'm saying.
You'll have to leave Abbott's shore, perhaps. This may be your first great sacrifice as a squire.
Where will we go? How can I be a squire if I'm not with you?
Travel to Gamelon. There's a woman there named Diana Desmond.
Don't do that. Maybe we should direct them to the cabin. Maybe they can fix it up for us.
You can start the witch process all over again.
That's exactly what she'd want. She's probably haunting it.
Shelna asked to speak to...
I feel
No,
like
never mind. No, she
Anna
doesn't.
will know what to do with this situation.
Anna didn't even want to go help.
Yeah, I don't know why you would. Okay.
All right, so
Let's just leave them in the house for now. Sorry. to
basically
interrupt you.
you're just sort of leaving them there for now, it seems.
Really?
Do you,
Yeah,
where do you
no,
want
I don't mean you. I mean like these
Right,
guys.
Okay.
For one, I didn't vote for this. I still think we should see if we can get somebody out there working on that cottage. We're going to need...
Gorgon says that is a stupid idea, Les. Why are we wasting our time with a dilapidated house? You have the money. Just buy a better house out in the woods.
I don't know. I think... Is it the same difference?
Gorgon says, perhaps the spirit of that wicked witch haunts it. Woo, he says, making an intimidate check.
I don't have enough friends. Is there anyone in
Shelna
Tor?
looks to Gorgon and says, "Do you have a way of putting them to sleep?" And kind of as soon as she says that, she looks to Anna.
Hey, Gar could
And,
go talk to the church. That church
she
that the boy
says-
stole from.
"I have a place that they can stay, but I don't want them knowing where it is. And they
That's-
won't be able to leave there until we get back."
No.
How will they get food from them?
We might not come back.
We would have to leave them provisions.
Gorgon says,
No, we
this
could
is...
die. We could all die.
Just leave him
Gordon-
here for now. We'll deal with them when we get back.
Gorgon says to the children, what is it you two want for your futures, now that you know which hunters are after you?
Why did they get any say in this?
Look,
Because
if you-
they're independent thinking individuals.
If they're really independent, they would have got themselves out of that fix.
If you want my advice, try to avoid this whole magic thing. It only brings trouble.
Ho ho!
Gred says, well, I'd like to go somewhere that's safe, I guess. I don't know anywhere else other than Abbott Shore, so it'd be really hard to move somewhere. And as for Tia, he looks to her and she's sort of very...
She's heat score.
I'll speak with Nancy. Maybe she'll take you both in. It's important, though, that you try not to get into any more trouble. We'll tell Nancy what happened. I'll try to put in a good word for you.
He says
Would
as
she give her a
Tia
job as a
seemingly
prostitute?
draws arcane runes on the floor.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm gonna make a spellcraft check and see what's going
Anna's
on.
face
with this.
explodes into flame. Why did you bring them here?
Yeah, exactly.
So-
26.
You look over Tia and you think that she... Well, and sort of... Do you have detect magic? I guess you don't.
Yep.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why,
So you
I'm
think
not an
that she
alchemist, not
has
some scum
the...
class.
Oh.
She has the budding talents of a witch, and she probably heard the call. Strangely enough, you also take great note of the fact that, like you, she has...
Mismastered eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. She doesn't look like me, does she?
No. No. She
Okay.
Yeah,
doesn't.
she looks a lot better than
That
you.
would be an interesting twist. I didn't go save my little sister. Whoops.
I think he would have pointed that out to one of us by now.
Gorgon makes the
Um,
observation that they look similar.
Fuck. And she's a budding witch, eh?
You experiencing any transfer yet, Anna? Sorry, transference?
In fact, you think that the dreams that you could have
I don't know what
heard,
that means.
that you had, could
Oh,
have
was
been,
from her.
could have been
Fuck.
destined for her.
I regret killing what's her face now, that witch. And Anna stands up and I don't know, she's very torn.
takes her pistol out.
Shut up.
Just,
You didn't rape anyone?
just do it.
Enid takes her pistol out. Get in the van! Get in the van! Sorry, that's just force of habit.
Ugh.
She doesn't have a familiar or anything, eh?
No, she does not. She's in the pre-stages. She's pre-level 1.
Gorgon suggests either Hastings, maybe?
Mm,
I don't know if
Sodna
I trust
spits on the
Hastings.
ground when you say his name.
What did he do to us again?
what's your beef with Hastings?
Nothing. Svelna just hates him. We have no beef with him.
Les is in love with
I
his
just-
daughter.
I personally don't trust him.
So you guys would prefer to have her stay somewhere else that's not at the estate, right?
I think.
Yeah. Svelna would ask Anna to speak to her privately. And she's going to say, what
Speak to
about...
you? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
she's going to say, what about anyone in Dunford? Or where did you get taught your powers?
I didn't.
She's
Thorindel. Well, Roa came to me and taught me the basics. I studied some from Thorindel as well, but honestly, it's more complicated than that. Unfortunately, it'll just come with time. It's too late now. There's no way she can turn her back on it. So Anna will explain to the group, and she says, I want to go with you, and I told Rosemary that I would look after, what's his face, Jack, but I think I can help Griff if I have enough time. And Tia, if Tia isn't overlooked, things could get dangerous quickly.
Yeah. Look. I got nothing else to say.
Thanks for your
That
input
is
on
At least
all.
you're honest.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what to say. All I'm saying is, I don't know. She should just run away from it while she still can.
She can't. It's started. She'll develop the powers, and either she'll die or she has to live her life in hiding, like us.
The Gamelonians don't take such a harsh view to magic.
They just take a
Because
harsh
we-
view to
wait.
everything else.
Why don't we
We
send her
almost
to
died
Yang?
going to Gamelonians.
We could
Why
send her to
don't-
Yang.
Yeah, Gorgon.
The Oruns, the Oresians, have a less harsh approach to magic. We could send her to Yang and say,
even if they don't,
Yang can protect her.
"Oh, hold on, guys, I have this." Gorgon says, clears his throat.
Who's Yang?
I'm sure if we give her to
Nobody
Yang,
important.
he'll
Sounds like a
have
gay
her
name.
back.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh God.
the
Did I do
problem
it?
is,
You did it. You did it. You finally did it.
Huzzah!
you know what? That's a really good idea.
Yeah, that is actually a decent idea.
Why
How do we contact Yang though? Fuck, I
Gorgon
don't have
says,
Dream
"I was
yet.
writing him a letter," and
Um,
Gorgon hands a letter over. He's like, "Do you want me to include it in the postscript?"
Les
Yeah,
raises
this
his
is a good
hand
idea.
and says, I might be able to help by passing a message to him. And he says, I have elixirs of shade walking. I can travel for 11 hours at 50 miles per hour. And so can all of you.
Wasn't it like it was a couple day trip to Gamelon, and then it was like a
It's-
day
it's-
to Orun? But was
it's over
that
the
day
ocean,
traveling
too,
like
so-
back towards us, or was that day traveling further?
I'll tell you one thing. It was a day traveling not 50 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, that is true too.
Okay, so yeah, so where would you like to leave them?
We want to
I
send
think
them
we're
to
gonna
Yang.
send them to
Yeah,
Yang.
we're gonna send them to Orun.
Oh, well, that.
Are we gonna send Griff there too?
Yes.
I mean, I guess Griff isn't such as
But
much of
aren't
a
you
threat.
still Yeah, aren't you still working on Griff too?
I think we
Well-
were gonna
Like, no one's looking for Griff. No one's trying to kill Griff.
hire
Right.
Rosemary maybe to take care of him.
Yeah.
Give her a job.
Great, guys. It's perfect. We'll just dump all our trash on Yang.
I missed
mean,
you, my
that-
friends. Oh, who are these
That's
people?
the thing. Like, I guess so while everyone was like out fighting those people, like Anna wanted to see if she can rectify that issue at all. Can I do some kind of check to see like if I were to fuck with Griff's memories, could I like try to rehabilitate him? I don't think I would be able to give him his memories back or anything, but like get him to be like a functioning
Sure. Do a
Human.
check.
heal check, heal or spellcraft.
Combination of the two.
Okay, so here's my heal.
Or what you could
24.
do is you could convince him that you're his daughter and just parade around with him.
I'd
so
so
bad.
bad.
Okay.
And
Dad,
Sidebar,
this
only
phone-
six.
sidebar.
Yeah. Trying to talk. So, you think now, with the heal and the spellcraft, you think that over time, you could potentially use.
Like I was
actually
thinking, modify, or what is it? There's like the other spell that I have that like permanently gives them suggestions, so thoughts.
Yeah, like you can, you think that you can artificially put some memories in there, but you think that you can also use a combination of what Edward remembers of him
Right, that's what I
to
was
bring
thinking.
him back up to a point that
Yeah.
would you also think that if you were to heal him a certain amount, heal his mind a certain amount, could potentially just put him back into an area where he begins to regain some of what he was.
Yeah. What would that entail? Like
Casting some of these
restoration,
spells
or-
in combination with like some heal checks, perhaps, and that ritual. Just make it like a combined use of all the means that you have available, basically.
So the thing is, like, modify memory is a higher level spell, but I can only influence 5 minutes. Like, I was just kind of thinking,
Right.
so thoughts would just like start to get him to the point where he can like feed himself and shit. So I imagine, yeah, he wouldn't remember anything, but I could get him to be like a functioning human again and just be like, this is your son, you lost
could-
your memory.
You could probably accomplish like very like minor amount in over a week or so, perhaps.
When is this trip leaving?
Yeah, you're not leaving for a little while yet, so
Okay. All right.
you could
Well, in
probably
that case,
get him up to that point before you leave. Yeah.
sure. All right, yeah. So Anna will say, Edward, I imagine, at some point we have the opportunity to talk. And,
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Anna says, I'm truly sorry. And I can understand your feeling. What's frustrating is I never asked for this, and it seems like people that I spoke to said that it was a gift, that I could actually use this power to help people, and I have seen that, but it seems like for as much as I can help people, there's always deep consequences, and it never turns out the way that I expected. It seems like if I had never gained any of this, I would have just been better off. So I'm sorry. You're effectively his only family, I suppose, unless you wanted to explain to the rest of your family what happened. This is what I can offer. Your father, as you know it, he may come back, but it's going to take an extremely long amount of time. But magic got us into this situation, and if you don't want me to use it to repair him, I understand.
I wish I could be angry, but part of me really wishes, but I mean, it's kind of the same for me. I was given talents that I never asked for that seemed to be bringing more trouble than anything else. And I thought, I mean, as much as my dad, I guess, hated mages, and I think I guess how long it takes. I guess I owe him to try. It's not like we can do anything worse at this point.
Well, don't say that. He lost most of his memories, and I made it worse. You have to understand that if I don't want to sound like I'm trying to shift responsibility. I shouldn't have done the ritual. I should have known better. It was out of my league, and I just thought that I would be able to handle it. And I got cocky, and he paid the price. So for that, I'm sorry. I can try to give him his memories back, but who knows what could happen. And yes, you should assume things can get worse.
Yeah. I think, knowing my father, he was a proud man. I think as much as well, if I'm honest, he probably wouldn't want us to use magic at all, but he wouldn't want to stay like this. So, I think in a way, and I guess maybe Edward chokes a little bit when he says that. He says, I think he'd rather die than stay like this. So, look. Well, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
Tonight, I'll go in there and see what I can find. I'll let you know. You'd have time to think about what to do before we leave, but if you do make a decision, I can stay behind and try to help him recover.
If I can do anything to help, and of course, I guess if you manage to fix your mistakes, that'd be appreciated. Even if I don't know, I just wanna fix my mistakes. Yeah, let's. I mean, it could be a huge mistake. Maybe one day I'll learn, but I guess we'll try one last time.
So yeah, so that night, like, Anna will use Dream Thief to go into his mind and see like what kind of condition he's in. As far as I understand, I guess like if his memories are effectively like deleted, she'll just relay that information, but ultimately leave it up to Edward. Like, Anna doesn't want to kill him.
Let's say that like his memories are there, hidden, very disconnected, and you're not able to use the means that you had, just previously tried.
The ritual.
So
well,
like
and I wouldn't try the ritual again anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Make it worse. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I'll pass that information on, but it is what it is, I guess. Edward will have to make the decision. I mean, despite the fact that I kind of got into this mess, Anna's not gonna fucking,
I'm not taking any more responsibility on my shoulders. No,
shooting him in the head. Well, no, but I mean, I'm not gonna be like, well, Edward wants him dead, so I'll do it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't think Edward wants him dead.
Gorgon offers that if it comes to that, he'll he'll put him down.
Well,
I mean,
thanks.
But let's
I mean,
face
there-
it, if it's gonna happen, he has to smother him with a pillow.
to
right?
to read, if you want to
I
read
was gonna-
between the lines, Edward doesn't want him dead. Is just what he thinks his father would have wanted because he was a proud man.
Is euthanasia even
no.
legal?
But of course, the only thing Edward wants.
Gorgon says your father never left a will or instructions on what to happen. You would be his legal caregiver. I guess the moral of the story is we should all write detailed wills.
Look, my family sold me to mage hunters, so I ain't doing this for retribution or a reward. All I want is, I just want to make, I want just want to do a right thing. I just want to fix things.
Les says, I got a will. It's in my book.
Gorgon says.
Well, I'm so
Les-
glad
or,
you
sorry,
brought the conversation back to you, Mr. Washington.
He says to what's his name again?
I almost forgot you existed.
Edward. He says to Edward, so how would you like to move forward? The chances of us fixing his broken mind. Oh, Gorgon says, I have an idea. We could donate him to science. You remember my friend Kovac? He was studying human psychology. An amnesia patient would be perfect.
What? No. I ain't giving my dad to be a lab rat to he
With a
hated
lab
you.
rat.
I mean,
You pretty much let Anna do that.
Oh, you mean a test goblin.
he didn't trust folk, and I don't think he would like you guys experimenting on his brain. So no, that ain't happening. A test goblin, that's amazing.
Well, I figured they would use goblins like rats.
Oh fuck yeah, dude,
Especially to
that's
test things-
perfect.
Especially to test things like medicine and other things because they reproduce so quick and their physiology is similar.
There's
But-
even a
Les says,
There's
Alright, before we delve too deep into hobgoblin culture,
But it's an awesome and interesting.
Les says, should I take these kids to Yang's now or what?
yeah, that's fine. Don't look too much into these decisions. I think we've spent enough time sort
Not
of
on the main plot.
at this. So you
no, sorry, it's something I'll put in sidebar. Ignore me.
So you set up passage for Tia and Gred to go to Orun, and you have Gridiff stay here with you for some time while Anna works to regain his memory for the time being.
Gorgon sends
Yeah.
them with a note for Yang, which he was going to write anyways, which is basically a political solution to help Yang. And in it, Gorgon basically argues that he should have a forced breeding program to create a nation of half-elves.
Nameless Girl also sent him with a note.
Yep. It just
Which-
says
which-
we still have unfinished business.
Ooh, which, by the way, Les read that note since he delivered it.
Of course.
It just says, Dear Sveldna, and there's a picture of a butt.
It's a picture of Dick Butt.
So in the meantime, before the expedition sets out, Ignatius Botts comes to the estate looking for Gorgon. He requests
Gorgon
your help.
happily receives him.
He requests your help. Gorgon, I request that you come and perhaps help me with the steam engine.
Gorgon says, well, I would be honored. Just let me turn off my burners, and I will be on the way.
So what I'm going to do is 3 of the 4 adjustments you can make. You choose which ones you'd like to make, and we'll do checks to see if you accomplish them. So
Good.
you can make a lighter engine altogether, which would make it easier to like for if you have to haul it up anything, such as the glacier that will happen near the beginning. It would be easier for that. Faster